Hey strong people, Kalle Beck here from StartingStrongman.com, and I am tired because I've been looking at spreadsheets, DMs, notifications, instant messages, and everything all day. But I do that so I can make this video for you and figure out all the jumble of news and updates that World's Strongest Men are going on and ramble on here in my garage for about 10 minutes. So today is day one of the qualifiers. There's 5 heats of 5 people in each group. It started off with a monster truck pull. It was about 22-ish meters. They hooked up 2 monster trucks to each other, and they pulled them in downtown Bradenton. I just laugh because I want to say it the other way, which is the wrong way. It was pretty cool. One of them was Gravedigger, the most iconic monster truck there is. Maybe Bigfoot, but I still say Gravedigger because it's a Chevy, old panel truck. And it's what a lot of people are saying is light. That monster trucks don't weigh that much. I mean, they have a fiberglass body and they're tube chassis and engine, but the thing, as you can tell by my '69 Pontiac Le Mans, my hobby I like more than strongman is old cars and trucks and everything. So I can bullshit my way through talking about how mechanics work as good as I can strongman. So the tires on a monster truck are huge, and so if you lift your truck and you put bigger truck tires on it, it takes further distance for each rotation of the tire. So you can't build up momentum as much because the tires don't keep spinning. Plus with the big knobs, and they're pretty soft, I don't think they keep a lot of air pressure in those kind of tires. Obviously they're not highway approved DOT tires on a monster truck. It makes it really hard. I did an arm over arm pull in one of my first strongman contests, not to interject how I perform into World's Strongest Man events, but that's exactly how I'm doing. And they did it with just an old Ford truck that was lifted on 38s, not a monster truck, but a big, tall lifted truck. And people thought it was going to be too light, and almost no one finished it. And the same kind of thing happened here. There's a lot of big names that didn't finish it. A couple fast times from people we would expect, and then some people just most of them just barely finishing it within the 70-ish second time limit it was. So in Group 1, Hafthor Bjornsson absolutely obliterated everyone with the fastest time of the day, and especially in his group with 34.36 seconds. Remember, all of this is unofficial. Then in second was Luke Stoltman with 55.72. Rafael Gorgizalek with 60.04 for third. And then Zake Malazui did 19.47 meters for fourth, and Rob Kearney got last with 18.7 meters. Not a strong event for him historically, and didn't fare better here, unfortunately, for Rob. In Group 2, Konstantin Janashia put up the best time, just getting in front of Robert Oberst. He did 50.41 seconds. Oberst was 50.77. Real close. I mean, didn't get much closer than that. Andreas Stahlberg a little behind, 54.30. And then Adam Bishop with 21.9 for fourth in the event. And Sigfoss Fosdal unfortunately tore his Achilles, his right Achilles, and that sucks. You don't want to see anyone injured. And he's withdrawn from the competition, unfortunately. So praying for a speedy recovery to him, and he gets to do a lot of pressing in his future while his Achilles retires, so he'll have an even crazier overhead press when he comes back. And then in Heat 3, it was Eddie Williams, who I predicted could win it. Did. He is phenomenal at truck pulls. He's a newer strongman. This is his first year at Worlds from Australia. He did in 41.11, which is a pretty damn good time, just beating out everyone's favorite strongman on YouTube, Martins Lisis, with 41.33 for first and second, followed by Avers Smolakaeus with 54 point something. Then Tom Stoltman, 20.2 meters. Then Mikhail Shivlikov, 17.4. You really got to watch Martine's and Eddie's runs. Not only did they pull it fast, but their form is very good. If you're thinking about doing if you're doing a truck pull, you should check out them. That's pretty much picture perfect. Heat 4, Mateusz Kieliszkowski, 38.63, one of the fastest times of the day, 5 points. And then in second was JF Caron. That's a great truck pull performance for him. He's improved. He's a lot bigger this year, so that might maybe help with 54.62. Kevin Ferris. I think everyone's going to know who he is. He's a very scrappy competitor from Utah. Was a former 105 kilo competitor. I think he won World's Strongest Man at that. Did 55.66. Very athletic and dynamic athlete. Got third. Lawrence Chalet, 20.1. And then old Martin Christensen was 17.8. On to Heat 5. Brian Shaw, did he beat just a little slower than Kieliszkowski's time in Heat 4 for the third fastest time of the day for first, followed by Oleksiy Novikov with 52.16, the young Ukrainian who I'm 100% bought in on the hype and still am. Got fourth in the event. Then the late replacement for Jimmy Paquet, Gerhard van Staten of South Africa, got third, 60.4 seconds. And then we go down to Trey Mitchell of Texas, the Republic of Texas, 63.32, just finishing in time. And Mark Felix in last with 18.9. Then there's a little bit of a break. They started it a couple hours later with supposed to be a 160 kilogram farmer's walk for 15 meters into a 450 kilogram yoke for 6 meters, and then a 595 kilogram yoke for 2.5 meters, 75-second time limit. Group 1 went, and the only person to complete the course was Rob Kearney with 34.06. Hafthor, they were in a pretty good race. Hafthor looked like he came up a little limp on the farmers. There's a lot of speculation to what he did injure. I'm hearing it's an injury in his foot, similar to what Brian Shaw got last year, but this is unofficial, so I know you're going to go spread rumors like I just did, but I think he's getting an MRI tonight. Hopefully he's okay. One thing's for certain, he's not 100%. If it is a similar injury to what Brian Shaw did with his foot last year, then Brian Shaw did get third doing it, but he definitely didn't look himself last year. So not good for the current champion and champion of everything, Hafthor the Mountain Bjornsson. On that, he ended up finishing the event in fourth place, getting 2 points, which is interesting. So yeah, Group 1 just got interesting. We'll see any updates I'll be sure to put out, but I'm not going to say what exactly happened until it's officially said or from a really good source. Then Raphael did it. He got a distance, got fourth. Luke Stoltman 3 points, and Zake Maluzzi got fifth for 1 point. So they end up the day. Pretty much everyone, Hafthor Bjornsson, Raphael, Luke Stoltman all have 7 points in first. It could be they were so close on the distance between Stoltman and Raphael that one of them, it could be either way. So Stoltman could be in first with eight points, and then it's 7 and 6, or they could all have 7. I mean, it's a difference of like 0.1 meter between them. So there's conflicting reports on that. So it's not sure. Rob Kearney with 1 first and 1 last has 6 points. So yeah. Also the weights, it's been reported that the weights were a little heavier than listed for that. I know that they moved the farmer's walk they started behind the line to they started before the line, so they moved it about 2 meters closer. All of Group 1 did the same exact setup, but you can't really compare Groups 2 through 5's results because obviously there's a lot more finishes to Group 1 because apparently they also took off reds on each corner, which are 55 pounds, so that's 220 pounds of weight, 100 kilos. 200, yeah, it'd be about 100 kilos they took off. So I think the first yoke was reported was loaded to 550 kilos to start. I would say that caused Thor's injury, but he came up limping from the farmers to start, so maybe he injured something in the truck pull. There's a couple Achilles strains that happened in the truck pull. It was a very heavy truck at the end, and it started to go a little uphill at the end, so you saw people dive, and that's a lot of strain on your calves and Achilles, so that might have contributed to it. But yeah, it's here. They shortened the distance and lightened it from Group 1 all did the same, so it's fair for all of them. The added stress of having to do a longer distance and more weight beside, but that you have to look at now Heat 2 and everything. So Genashia and Heat, but you can't compare Groups 1 and the yoke farmers medley to Groups 2 through 5. I think you get the point by now. Heat 2, Konstantin Genashia won. He did really well. He got got lost there. Robert Oberst and Adam Bishop had a solid run against each other, with Bishop getting first with 27.6 seconds and Oberst getting 30.77, but Genashia squeaked right in between with 29.44. Talk about a competitive group. Andreas Stahlberg, 47.74, and of course they're getting 4 points each, so ends the day with Konstantin Genashia in first with 8 points. Oberst and Bishop both tied first with 6, and Stahlberg having 4. So it's pretty much anyone's game, anyone's race in that one. I still think my predictions of Genashia winning the group and Bishop and Oberst going into the stones against each other. Looks like that one's playing out how I thought it would. Bishop will lose points on log, Oberst will lose points on deadlift, yada, yada, yada. Heat 3, we saw Martins Lisis with a very fast time of 21.09. Tom Stoltman recovered from his fourth place finish in event 1, getting 25.69, which would have won it in a lot of the groups, for 4 points. And Avers did 3 points with 34.40, just behind Mikhail Shivakov with 35.61 for 2 points. And I thought Eddie Williams would do a lot better on this. I don't know if the heavy yoke or the transitions caught up with him. Haven't seen video. 38.84 for last place in the event. So we end the day. This is another interesting group. Martins, the healthy, with a second and a first, 9 points overall. And then everyone else has third except Shivakov is in last. Wow. So that's crazy. Shivakov, I assume, will make up points in the deadlift, and his overhead strong as well, so I wouldn't count him out. He's always crafty. But yeah, pretty much anyone's game in that group. Who would think Shivakov's in last after all of that? On to Group 4. Perfect score for Mr. Polish Matus Kowski, 18.89 in the medley. Holy crap, even faster than Martins. GF Cron got second, unaware of what his time was. If you know, let me know. Kevin Ferris of the United States got another third, Mr. Consistent, 39.89. Ole Martin Christensen with 67.90 for 2 points, and Lawrence Chalet was looking very fast, and it looked like something in his calf or his Achilles exploded from the video I saw. Injured, cramp. Hopefully it's cramp, but it did not look good from the video I saw. Unaware if he's continuing or not. Him saying it's his worst, sorry, don't mean slip of the tongue. His last World's Strongest Man. Let's just hope he can continue But these are the long days. There was a 2-hour rain delay between group 1 doing this and groups 2, etc. going. So yeah, and it's hot. And it's not just rain, it's like 90 degrees and raining, and it's like a storm. Glad I'm not there. So they end the day, Kilkowski 10 points, JF Cron 8, Kevin Ferris 6, and then 3 apiece for Chalet and Christensen. Last group, you're almost done with me, and I'm almost done with you until tomorrow when there's even more World's Strongest Man. Wow. So going into the medley, it was a very, very close time. I think it was around 25-something seconds for both Novikov. I uploaded a video on my channel, not the best angle, and Shaw with, apparently Novikov was way ahead of him in the Farmers, and Shaw, very good at yoke, started to catch up. Novikov had a couple drops. Novikov timed the launch of the whistle just right. He just gained so much ground in those Farmers. He's so fast. It must be nice being 22, huh? So he picked up the full 5 points to end the day with 9 points overall. Brian Shaw just behind him in second. These two are battling it out, and this is a great heat, making me not look completely stupid for picking Novikov to win Heat 5. They both end the day tied with 9 points apiece. But with, car deadlift and dumbbell coming up, I'm going to say Brian Shaw definitely has the advantage in that. And he's looking pretty on form. So it's likely that Novikov's going to have to go against someone in the stones, if I was to guess. And Shaw's probably going to win the group because he's really good at dumbbell and he's really good at car deadlift. But anything can happen, as we can see today, because it's been a crazy day. Ending up in third in the group was Trey Mitchell III. And when I interviewed him, his name's actually Charles Mitchell. He's not Trey Mitchell III, he's Charles Mitchell III. They call him Trey because apparently in Texas, like your junior, if you're, the second, like if your dad was named Charles, he'd be junior. So his dad was junior. And since Trey's the third, he's Charles Mitchell III, he's Trey. So Trey gets Trey and sits in Trey, meaning third place with 5 points. In fourth place with 4 points, Gerhard von Statten did not complete it. 13, he got a little bit on the heavy yoke. He got last in that event, and Mark Felix got fourth, moving the heavy yoke about a meter for 3 points in fifth overall. That's it all. I'm done talking. I'm gonna go do more stuff. Been uploading videos on this channel. They're not the best quality, but overall the feedback seems that you appreciate them. They have been sent to me by fans, and I thank you all for letting me able to stay home in nice, beautiful, sunny California where it's 72 degrees, while you all are down on the beach with a tropical storm incoming in Florida. But I also am sad I'm not there. Thanks for watching. I'm Kalle Beck. For more up-to-date news, of course, go to startingstrongman.com, subscribe to my newsletter, follow at Starting Strongman and at Let Kalle Lift across social media, and I will see you all very soon for updates on day 2.